The theme of Relay for Life is celebrate, remember, fight back. It's very simple. Celebrate. We're celebrating the lives of those people we lost to cancer and those people who are currently battling the disease. We're remembering the people who've lost their lives, remembering the people who are struggling, and remembering that we all need to join together to fight this disease. And that leads me into the last point, fight back. We need to fight back. Cancer touches our lives, it claims our lives, it's a huge human issue, a huge economic issue. We need to fight back against this deadly disease. You know, the whole atmosphere of Relay for Life is a celebration. There's music, there's laughter, there's fun. It's a big party, and we all celebrate together, and that is part of the joy of taking part in this event year after year.
Celebrate. We're celebrating our lives and then the lives of others that have either left or are fighting cancer right now.
What celebrate means to me is the whole idea about celebrating life and more birthdays to you, like the theme was for Relay. I never really celebrated birthdays before, but once they maybe become in question whether you're going to have any more, it really makes you realize how celebrate every day and celebrate every year for me it's a great theme. It's really, really important.
One of the things I think about when I participate in Relay is celebrating success. You know, over the years, the American Cancer Society has invested a great deal of money in prevention activities and research activities, and both of those have led to significant decreases in the number of people dying from cancer.
One of the main reasons we're at Relay for Life is to remember. We want to remember those who've gone before us, who didn't have the resources, didn't have the research, didn't have the physicians to help fight this disease. So we remember those people, and that inspires us to go on. We remember what they've been through and what those with cancer are going through, and that inspires us to continue. So remembering is a very important part of this event.
Remember is to remember those that have left us because of cancer, but also to remember why we're all here and why we're fighting.
I remember how lucky I am that the people closest to me that were afflicted by cancer have all survived. But it also causes me to remember the many friends and business associates that have died from cancer.
Fight back. These are the two most important words. With our hearts, with our legs, with our minds, with our voices, we are fighting back. We are not taking cancer lying down. We're not going to let it continue. We're not going to continue to lose lives. We are going to do everything we can to battle this disease in any way we can. And at Relay for Life, we fight back through all of these means.
Fighting back is, to me, really what it's all about when you get diagnosed with such a devastating disease like cancer. It's about the will and the passion to fight back and say, hey, I'm going to do whatever I can, whatever I have to do, see whatever doctor I need to see in order to fight back this disease and win. And it's all about winning against something like this. And that's why Relay to me was so neat, because everybody is on that path. Everybody's on the path of fighting back and saying, hey, we're not, we're going to come together as a group and fight back against cancer.
Well, Relay for Life really, I think, has two major purposes. The first one, obviously, is very important, and that's to raise funds for the very important mission of the American Cancer Society. But it also serves to raise the profile of what we're all doing. It makes people aware that they're not in it alone when they're battling cancer or their loved ones are battling cancer. It makes it clear to them that there are cancer survivors who are going on and living happy and healthy lives. And so both the fundraising aspect of it and the aspects of it that raise public awareness about the importance of how we can all work together to fight cancer are very, very important.
Every day we have to keep fighting back. You think about the fact, for example, that tobacco companies have budgets multiple times the budget of the entire American Cancer Society, and every chance they get, they're going to try to get people to start smoking again, for example. And we know that a third of all cancers come from people's use of tobacco products, and that's just one small way that we fight back. But the money that's invested in the American Cancer Society is money well spent. We have very reasonable costs of overhead and fundraising, and we put money to work in the most effective way possible. I've talked about research, of course, but prevention is really the key. We can prevent 2/3 of all cancers today if we just do what we know how to do.
If I was talking to somebody about getting into relay, honestly, it's probably been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. To see people that have gone through what they've gone through with this darn situation that we're dealt with cancer, and to see them so positive and so passionate and so warm about getting together and making a difference and fighting back, and it's just so neat to see. I've never been around a group of people at Relay that are the neatest group of people that can look at life with such vigor but yet have been dealt a pretty rough hand, especially a lot of them. It's really it's just something else for me. It was so neat to me, and I'm really looking forward to relays every year now, really getting involved, and it's just the greatest group of people. It's so neat.
Anybody that has never been to a relay has a treat coming for them. It's one of the most community feeling activities that you can do. Everybody walking around the track has something in common. There's always something going on during the evening, late into the night. It's peaceful, it's pretty. Watching the sun come up is one of the favorite things I like to do every day of the week, but it's especially good in the morning of a relay because it kind of symbolizes the idea of hope and people living to start a new day. But it's a great bonding experience for people in a company. It gives you something to kind of rally around during the course of the year if your team wants to have year-round fundraising. I remember a few years ago kind of walking behind some guy saying, well, we did this year, but next year we're going to do this, and we're going to have this kind of activity and that kind of activity. And it's a great way to allow people to do something tangible. We all feel so helpless when we hear of someone we know that's been diagnosed with cancer, but get together a group of 10 or 12 people and divvy up times to go out and walk the track, it seems like a pretty simple thing to do compared to the struggle people have when they've been diagnosed with cancer.
We don't need to motivate people because just about everyone has been touched by cancer, whether it's a family member. I mean, here at our office we have co-workers that have passed away from cancer. Someone 2 seats down might have an in-law or a sibling, and so there's not a lot of motivation that you need to push out there to people, but to start a team, I mean, we just get people fired up, and really what drives us is how much money can we raise, and that just that for us is the ultimate motivation. We like to beat ourselves every year, and we just like to get out there and really kick butt fundraising, but then have a great time at the Relay for Life too.
As a cancer volunteer, I hear from so many people, what can I do? What can I possibly do to fight cancer? Because it's such a large disease, it's such an overwhelming disease, it claims so many lives, people don't know. This is something that anyone can do at any age, at any point in their lives, at any point in their health. All they need to do is show up at a Relay for Life event. Show up. It's like a tidal wave. You get swept along, you get carried along by the joy, the energy, the passion, the determination of all the people who are at this event. And it's the one thing that we can all do together to fight cancer. You don't need to do anything more than just know where your Relay event is, what time it's going to start, and show up. And the rest will take care of itself. I really mean it. Once you've been to a relay, you know how you can personally take this inspiration and take this charge and fight back against cancer. It's one of the most meaningful events I've done and the most meaningful ways to have a role in the fight against this deadly disease.